It's your boy Nando reporting for the Pound for Pound Boxing Show. I'm here with Jermaine in association of Dirty South Boxing. Got a special guest today, Commonwealth, WBO, Intercontinental, light heavyweight champion himself, Lyndon Arthur. How you doing, champ?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, mate. All good.
Yeah, man. How are you, Jermaine? You okay?
I'm very well, champ. Very well, man.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
First of all, I want to say thank you for taking your time to speak to us today. And what I want to ask is, obviously, it's been a month since the Yarde fight. How's the hand?
I've got an operation. I'm supposed to have an operation on Tuesday, on the Friday just gone, but I forgot to get a COVID test. Mixed up with the hospital. I didn't get my COVID test before I went to the hospital, so I got rebooked for the 19th. So I might get it next week now.
Did they say after the operation how long until you can come back and do some light training and then get back into hard training?
About a month or two. So it's not too. I'm not out for too long.
That's
it's
good.
It's only keyhole surgery, so it's not too bad.
That's good. Can't wait to see you back in the ring, champ.
Me too.
Yeah, so I wanna ask you. Obviously, we want to talk about that night. A fantastic night for you and your team. A lot of people were writing you off going into the fight. I want to ask you a question. Which basically, obviously, you got a very good amateur background. You won English National Championships, silver medals twice in that, ABA and stuff like that. Do you think your amateur background played dividends for you winning that fight against Anthony Yarde?
Probably. You a lot of boxers say this is probably a cliche, but you can't buy experience in boxing, and you can't buy much pedigree. You have to go through it, and I did that. I didn't do too much, but I did enough. I boxed on GB. I had about 50 amateur fights. I boxed around the world, multiple different countries. I boxed once WSB. And I'm boxing at a high level as an amateur. So really and truly, the fighters that you box now, for the titles, the Commonwealths and even the worlds, like these, like you fight them guys when you're on the stage of the stage of the amateurs. When you're with the GB, when you fly to Mexico, when you fly to Finland or Poland or Romania, you're fighting their best kind of thing. So your level of boxing is high anyway. Do you know what I mean? So in regards to, did it help? Of course, I believe so.
Amazing. Jermaine obviously brought up that night, 5th of December. He obviously mentioned that a lot of people writ you off. What I want to know is, going into a fight like that, obviously you're on social media, do you look at what people say about the fight coming up? Because obviously a lot of people, I'll be honest, on Twitter people were saying it's going to be another Anthony Yarde knockout, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. The bookies actually were close, but they made him the favorite. Me and Jermaine the night before had a podcast with Alfie Warren himself. All three of us said, if anyone expects this to be a walk in the park for Anthony Yarde, they don't know boxing. How do you switch yourself off from people writing you off, and do you use that as fuel to go into the fight?
I've never been in that position before. Well, to be fair, I've never been in that position before in a professional ring, or in a position where so many people are saying that I'm going to lose. It was fun. It was fun to see people completely write me off, because I just thought, well, you're the daft because you've not done your research on me, because I'm not just a walkover fight. It was not a case of switching off. I just enjoyed it. I embraced it. I embraced every opinion. I embraced every person writing me off. I embraced it all. I didn't take no negativeness from it. Nothing negative from it. It all was positive. It was like, all right, well, cool. It's now my time to prove everybody wrong, and I did that. So the only positive can come from, or did come from that. Sorry, if you wasn't a fan of me before, you was a fan of me now. So it made no difference to me. It's just 100%. Another fight. It's just a fight. It was my 18th fight. I've done it 17 times before. I've done it 50 times in an amateur. It's just a fight. It's just this is just my job. You know what I mean? It's like you doing this podcast now. I'm sure you probably got another job, but if not, it's just be like you doing this. It's like just another person you're interviewing. It's just another person I'm fighting. A little bit more danger, kind of thing. So it just comes with the territory of the job.
100%. The next day we had a podcast, and me and Jermaine both said, if you didn't know who Lyndon Arthur was before the fight, you definitely know who he is now.
Yeah, of course. And I got a lot of messages saying, this is the first time I've seen you, etc. I'm a fan now, and so forth and so on and so on. Sorry. So again, like I said, nothing but positive come from it.
Tell me, what is that feeling after the fight when you see messages like that and people with positive feedback after your performance?
It's obviously humbling. It's obviously overwhelming as well, because not the fact, and it's not even overwhelming the fact that I won the fight, because I always believed I would, but it's just overwhelming the fact that the amount of support that I've got, that I've now got. Sorry, you know what I mean, and the amount of good, nice messages, regardless of, because a lot of people message me like, oh, I thought Andy Yarde was gonna knock you out. You're a great boxer. I'm now a fan. So even people that didn't think I was gonna win or didn't give me no chance now do so. It's like it's nice to hear.
Amazing. What I want to know as well is, one of the talking points of that fight that people spoke about the next day was, I can't remember what round it was, but while you were both in your corners, Tunde was screaming at him saying, "You're winning. He's got no hands. Finish him."
Yeah.
What I want to know is, with no crowd there, did you hear that? And if you did,
I didn't hear that. I can't hear nothing what they're saying over there. So even though it seems close in the ring, it's quite far anyway. But they're not really speaking too loud, and I'm listening to Pat, listening to my corner, so I don't care what's going on over there, because nothing what they say is going to benefit me. I need to listen to my coach and what he's saying and what he wants me to do. So no, I didn't hear it.
Linda, one quick question I want to ask you. Obviously, did you watch the Joe Joyce, the bar fight a week before? And obviously, people rate your jab in the light heavyweight division as probably the strongest jab, maybe bar Kovalev. Did you watch that fight and see the way?
My jab better than Kovalev.
I agree.
100%.
I agree, 100%. But obviously, people talk along them lines, you and him. But anyway, what I was saying is basically, did you watch the Boy Joyce fight and see the way Joe used a jab to his strengths and think, you know what, that's what I probably gonna need to do against a fighter like Anthony Yarde?
Nah. If you look back at all my fights, my fight is I jab. I've got a great jab. I've had that from the very first amateur fight. I've had that from the very first professional fight. And I've had that from my last fight with Dex Spellman. I've had that from the fight with Emmanuel. Well, I didn't have it with Emmanuel in, but before that, I've had the great jab. Everyone knew I was going to jab. Even Yarde knew that's what my game plan was. He said, I remember I watched the interview the other day because I've been sat chilling. I've been watching stuff back. He said, if it comes down to a jab contest, I'll beat Lyndon at that too. So everybody knew what I was going to do. Regardless of what I said, I might have said I'm going to knock Yarde out in a round or whatever, but you knew I was going to go in there and box. That's my A plan. And if it don't work, I can have a fight. But luckily enough for me, I've got a great A plan. So it wasn't the fact of a look at Joyce, because that whether Joyce did that or not, I was still going to go in there and box on my back foot and jab. That was just it. That's what I was going to do. Whether I had a right hand or I didn't have a right hand, it makes no difference, because I was going to go in there and jab.
One of the talking points after the fight, and I think it shocked everyone, was obviously the post-fight interview, and you stood next to Anthony Yarde. First of all, it was actually when you got announced the winner, his reaction. That's what threw everyone off, because everyone was like, "Why are you reacting like that? You got your face jabbed off for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
You obviously you clearly lost this fight." But then it was the interview afterwards. What I want to know is the fact that he was talking about that in a way that he got robbed. How did you keep your composure not to react to that and say, "Bro, like, come on"?
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I did. But initially, I did think it was a close fight. Reason being is because the last round, I don't know if you've ever boxed before or you've been in the ring or sparred or anything like that, but and it might just be me, but I've spoken to a lot of boxers and they feel the same, so it probably not. When you're in a spar or you're in a fight, you get hit. So that 12th round was probably the only round I got hit quite a lot. That felt like that happened the whole fight. For a split second, for the post fight, for the next 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, that felt like the last round was, wow, I've been beat up. That was going through my head. So you forget what you've just gone through the 11 rounds. But I just got hit with a good right hand, the good body shot, and that it felt like that the whole fight was like that for a minute. So when I'm in the post interview, it's still like, all right, the fight must have been close then because he had a good 12th round. I forgot about the 11 other rounds where I've just not been hit at all and I've been jabbing you in your face. I forgot about that. So it wasn't the fact that I'm humble anyway, and I probably would have done that regardless. But the fact that I thought it was a close fight probably helped me not really react. And you know, again, is Yarde's a winner. Anthony Yarde's a winner. And you know, he's a lot of emotion probably into this fight, and it's a big fight. It's a big British fight, so he probably let the emotions get to him a little bit more than should have done, and was just angry. I suppose when you lose a fight, it's hard. I've lost in the amateurs. I've not yet lost in touch wood in the pros, and I don't believe I'm going to. But if it happens, it happens. But at the same time, I've lost in the amateurs, and I know what it's like to lose. It's upsetting, especially at such a high level. I've lost the ABA final twice, so I know what it's like to lose, and I don't judge him for that. But at the same time, I wouldn't have done that if I lost that fight. So then, a little bit of like, come on, just take your L and go away with it. Come back, deal with it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You live and you learn and you move on. There's no animosity the same way.
The other thing is that I found odd is you was the champion and they still managed to put a rematch clause in Yarde's contract.
Yeah, it was the Anthony Yarde show though when he wanted me to walk out first as well. He introduced me as like I wasn't the champion, but he had the following. He's got the BT behind him. He had the bigger social following. A lot of more people knew him. So, granted, push that narrative. It didn't really matter. I was going in there to do, whether I was going in there the champion or the challenger, I was going in there to do the same thing. So it made no difference.
Have you actually heard from Frank Warren since then? And I don't know if you're allowed to say, has there been any talk of maybe the next fight being the rematch?
Yeah, we went up and had a meeting with Frank. Everything's well. Everything's fine. We had a good meeting. Gonna have my operation first, and then we're gonna go from there. Get some big fights in. Probably build me up a little bit more now. Let the world know me a little bit more. I could be a world champion by the end of the year. You never know. It's exciting times. I know that. I put myself in good level now.
Amazing.
Lyndon, the question I want to ask you is, obviously after the defeat for Anthony Yarde, Tunde Jai come into a lot of criticism. People were saying basically, obviously, the second defeat under Tunde, and they should maybe look to change trainers and find a new trainer. What do you say to that? Do you think can you see Anthony Yarde making changes to his backroom team?
That's not my business to say. He is his trainer. He is his manager. If he wants best for him. So I'm not. I don't know. It's down to them. Again, that's not for me to say. No one can not tell me, you need to leave part or That's just down for them to decide between them. If they feel like they don't need to do it, then they won't. If they feel like they do, then they will. He's got so far without it with him.
Before we move on, just a quick question, and I'm curious myself because I'm a big fan of his music. Obviously, you appeared in Bugsy Malone's video. Obviously, Bugsy did the little verse towards Yarde. Yeah. What I want to know is, when you got asked by Bugsy to come on the video, did you know that line was going to be dropped?
Yeah, he showed me the track after the fight. He made the track after the fight. Sorry, so he showed me that. He might have already had the track and then added that in. So he already showed me that. I didn't know. He just showed me as a like, yo, check this new thing I've got. And then when I heard it, I was like, "Yo, that's sick. That's sick." Obviously, I was a little bit gassed, because it just made sense to put that in there, and you know, it's just a bit of fun, innit?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I want to talk about your trainer. Obviously, he's related to you, he's your cousin, but he's former Commonwealth and European champion. What I want to know is, what's it like being trained by someone with so much experience and had world title shots in the past? Is it inspirational for you to keep that family tradition going?
yeah, and I want to bypass what he's done. So this, you know, his competition like holds itself in the gym in regards to, okay, it's like I want to come off title. Pat never got that, so that might be a little joke we have sometimes. Well, I got this belt and you didn't, because it, you know. And then when I get the world title, I will be sure to rub that in his face also. So, but no, it's great to have someone in your gym that's been there and done that. What can he not tell me? He can only tell me what it's like, and he can only he's experienced in that situation and in that channel there already. So I couldn't ask for much more. A lot of trainers haven't even really been in the ring. You know, so, and I'm not saying you need to be in the ring to be a great trainer, because Brian Hughes didn't really don't think ever, or if he had 1 or 2 fights as an amateur, ever went in the ring, and he was a great trainer. But it all the more helps when your trainer, who's supposed to take you there to the world titles and the English and the British titles and etc. It helps when they've been through it as well. That therefore he's not telling us to do something in the gym that he's not done before. So, you know, and he knows what it takes to get there.
Obviously, you're part of a stable. Your cousin Zelfa Barrett, you know, the only Commonwealth and Intercontinental champion in the stable. What's it like seeing your cousin as well, reaching the same heights as you, of that level as well?
Yeah, man, good. It's good. It's good. Good health competition in the gym. It's good.
Quick question about Zelfa as well. Obviously, the British Board of Control have said that he's in line to fight for a mandatory against the undefeated, very popular Archie Sharp. What do you think of this fight if it happens?
Great fight. Don't think it'll get made. Both underrated. One's underrated and one's on the front row. You know, them two don't. They're like a married couple. They can't. I love his tiff all the time. They can't really come to terms with making fights like that unless it gets like forced. I'd love to see it. I know. I'm obviously gonna say I think Zelfa would win, but great fight.
You never know. Obviously, with the Joshua Fury fight being made, it can pave the way. Obviously, Denzel Bentley versus Felix Cash as well is on the verge of being made. So you never know.
No, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It can happen, and I'm great to see, because there's probably obviously like heavyweights on that side of the camp that I would probably like to fight. Who would make great fights as well. So great to see.
Be an amazing fight.
Yeah, now you just mentioned obviously light heavyweight division stacked with some very good domestic fights, which potentially could happen for you. One particularly, I know Nando obviously interviewed Craig Richards. Craig Richards said obviously you wouldn't mind having a unification fight with yourself. What do you think of that fight and potential matchup against Craig Richards?
I believe I'm the best in Britain, so good fight. I'd love the British title. Good fight. I believe.
What did you make of Craig's performance against Shakan?
You know what? I can't lie. I love boxing, but I missed that. I can't remember where I was, but I missed it. I caught the highlight. I caught the knockout. Great knockout. I don't know. You'd have to. Was he winning the fight?
Yeah. I would say he was. He dropped him first time. He dropped him. I don't know what round it was, but he dropped him quite early in the fight.
Okay.
And then
didn't catch it, but yeah, great win. Shakan undefeated. He wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great win.
14-0.
Great. Exactly. Great scalp for him. Great win. Good knockout. You can't take nothing away from it. He's a British champion now with a knockout win. He's boxed at a great level. He boxed Buglioni, innit?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Yeah, he took that short notice.
Short notice, yeah.
Took Buglioni the rounds. So he boxed at a great level. It would be a great fight. He's British. I'm Commonwealth and WBO, whatever that is. Obviously, this goes without saying. If I can push on to a world title now, then I'm not going to look at the British title. I would love the British belt, but if I can push on, and I'm sure he would understand that, and anyone would understand that, if I can push on to that, then I'm going to go and get that, because that's what I'm in boxing for, to be a world champion. But if that fight can be made, then it is what it is.
Well, for that fight to be made, Eddie and Frank going to have to knock heads and get a deal done as well.
They have to hug and kiss.
Yeah.
Sit down, hug and kiss, and then, and make up, get over the tiff. But, like I said, this fight's to be made. So
I'm glad you brought up the world title. Obviously, you have the WBO Intercontinental title. You're number 3 in the WBO. Obviously, the
number 3 now.
You're number 3. I checked the rankings.
About time, because you know what? I was number 6 for some while.
I know.
That fight. And I was thinking, nah, I can't just beat Yarde. Be number 4, be number 6 though. I can't.
And he's number 4.
Yeah. So I'm ahead of him now.
Yeah, you're ahead. You're number 3. And I think Kovalev as well, failing the drug test, is going to go down as well. So you're not.
So I could push up more.
That's it, because the title was vacant. The ones who are in line for it is Joe Smith Jr. and Maslov.
Well,
so you're in line up.
They offered me that Maslov fight, I think. Or there's some talks of it anyway. But I don't know. I'm gonna have an operation first. Probably a bail, because rather than fight, I could probably just fight him for the world title or something, or down. I don't know. Obviously, my management and my team will work that out. But I'm close, and I think I'll beat him and Joe Smith Jr. I think I'll beat them both. I believe I will. So I'm arm's reach. So as I said, that the Craig Richards fight, great big fight, English fight. But if I can go there that way, and obviously that's naturally what anybody's going to do, and I'm sure he'd do the same. So we're both on a great path. I don't know Craig Richards, but I've seen him a couple of times in Manchester. Probably seen him at a couple of boxing shows with nothing but cool. No one must say between us. I'll let on to him, we'll let on to me. We'll have a little conversation. It is what it is. But like I said, if that fight's there to be made, it can be made, then it makes sense. We'll do it. If not, I'm going to go on. I'm going to push for a world title, of course. You know what I mean? And maybe me and him can fight for I can defend my world title against him, or vice versa, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's not. There's nothing that can stop anything. So.
Yeah, Craig had nothing but respect for you when I interviewed him. He praised your performance. He said that you're a great fighter, and he said it will be an honor to share the ring with you and have a unification fight.
That's what I'm saying, man. Again, like I said, nothing. No one must say nothing between me and him. It'll just be business. Same as me and Yarde. Great fighter. Britain's popping for light heavyweights right now, and he's now the British champion. So he's technically number 1 in Britain. Obviously, I believe I am, but he's technically number 1 in Britain, and he's got a great belt in the British title. So fair play to him, and congratulations to him on that win. Great win.
100%. If I had to pick out the two, I would love to see you fight Joe Smith Jr. I hope these two get it on. I believe Smith will beat him. Joe Smith Jr. will beat him.
Joe Smith's good, solid fighter, tough. But I think I'm technically better than him. I'm not even watching too much, but I guess I best need to now. But yeah, I think I'll beat him. But there's some beasts up there in this division.
100%.
There's some beasts up there.
Yeah,
100%. Well, obviously, staying on British domestic level, there still other fights potentially could happen for you as well. Obviously, you look at Callum Johnson, there's a potential fight. Joshua Buatsi. There's another one out there as well.
He's one of the ones that beat me in the ABA finals.
Yep.
I'd obviously love to get that rematch with him. He's another great fighter. Another person that's so respectful, so nice in boxing. Me and him talk. We as far as to say, we're probably a little bit friends in regards to this. So, but again, another fight that I'd love and probably could be made as long as things keep going well, and they will do. But it's just business. It's just competition.
I was going to bring up Buatsi as well, because you being number 3 WBO, I can't remember where he is, number 4, number 3 in another division. I would love, obviously, a world title unification fight between you two in the future. That'll be such an amazing fight.
These things are possible because he's more than good enough to go on and win a world title, as am I. So imagine these things can happen. It's happening at the heavyweight division now. The belts in England, all of them, so it can just keep coming down, and
100%. What I want to know is your thoughts on the rumors of Callum Smith coming to your division.
He probably should do, really. He's a giant at 12 stone. But if he makes it easy, then there's still some good fights for him there. Obviously, he's just got the Canelo fight, and Canelo's an animal, yeah. Like you can't take anything from getting beat off Canelo. Do you know what I mean? It's like when Canelo got beat off Mayweather. It's like you can't take nothing off Canelo getting beat off Mayweather. Same way you can't take nothing off getting beat off Canelo, because he's probably the best in the world right now. That boxes. Like he's the best. So, it is what it is. Callum Smith could still stay at super middleweight and still beat most of them. He's probably one of Britain's best fighters. So it's just unfortunate that he come up against someone in Canelo getting into his prime. Well, still in his prime. Sorry. So but if he comes up again, like you said, that's another thing, another great fight. Again, the English boxing scene is bubbling.
Amazing.
There's another fighter, obviously, said he would like to fight, obviously, when before your fight was made with Anthony Yarde. Another fighter who won the MTK Global Golden Contract was Richard Bolotnik. And he said, obviously, he wouldn't mind having a fight, the winner of yourself and Anthony Yarde. Has there been any contact, maybe that fight will potentially happen in the future as well?
No, but I've seen him. He's good, strong. Keeps coming forward. Be a tough fight. But that guy who he boxed didn't have the best of jobs and didn't have the best of movement and that. But it was good. Good to watch again. Another great fight to be made. Another person I think I'll beat. So
what I want to ask, obviously, because of your division, obviously the fight that people are looking forward to is the unification between Beterbiev and Bivol. Craig Richards last week said that obviously they're both great fighters, but Beterbiev is just a next level compared to Bivol.
You think Beterbiev better than Bivol?
He thinks Beterbiev would beat Bivol.
I'm a Bivol fan, me. I think I rate Bivol highly. You know what though? I'd be a fool to say that I'd be a fool to write off Beterbiev because I've not really watched him like that. I only watched him against Callum. I watched him beat the WBC boy. I can't pronounce his name.
Was it Makabu? No, he was a guy from Ukraine, wasn't it? What's his name? He's retired now, isn't he?
Yeah. Let me check his boy.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce.
I forgot you pronounced his name as well.
Yeah. Well, it begins with a G. Anyway, he beat him. I think I called that fight. So I can't really write him off against Bivol, but I've seen a lot of Bivol, and I rate him highly. He's a great operator, great technician. The way he puts his shots together, the way he hits hard with every shot. When he puts them together, he can box. His timing, his distance. I always think the better boxer will beat the better brawler, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm a Bivol fan. So
amazing, champ. Before we let you go, do you have a message for the domestic scene, even just the division itself?
Hi, I'm here. I'm here. No, it just is what it is. Business, innit? It's business. We're all here to entertain. We're all here to make money and come out of the sport healthy with all our faculties in order and stuff like that. So no one must say. I'm sure at some point there'll be someone that wants to put a needle in me somewhere and bring out some sort of different, antagonizing situation out of me. But until then, hi.
One more thing. Message for your fans and the fans who obviously recently started becoming your fans. What message do you say for them for 2021? Thank
you for supporting me. Thank you if you're now a new supporter. Just follow the journey, man. I appreciate every single body, all my sponsors as well. All my sponsors, they know who they are. I've got a lot, so it's I'm not going to mention every single one of them, but thank you to them. Thank you to my supporters again. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful to be in a position where, through lockdown and through all that stuff, I've been able to fight and been able to show my skills to the world and whatnot, and have a great team around me. So I'm just grateful for everybody that's on my on my train, on my path, with me on my journey. So it's good. It's good. It's positive.
Amazing. Champ, I want to, on behalf of me and Jermaine, I want to say thank you for taking your time to speak to us today. It's been a pleasure. We're big fans. We were fans even before the Yarde fight, and we can't wait for you to have this operation, get back in the ring. Hopefully by the end of the year, world title fight.
Yeah. I always said I'd be a world champion while I'm 30. I'm 29, so I've got a year and a bit left. We'll see what happens.
That's it. Hopefully we could get the crowds back and it'll be in front of a crowd because you deserve that. Hopefully it'll be in Manchester.
That's no doubt. That's no doubt.
Champ, take care of yourself, stay safe, and we'll speak soon, hopefully.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thanks, champ, man. Look after yourself.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.